Hello and welcome to this special edition of my LEGO miniature guns designs. In this video, I'll be presenting the Battlefield 1 Tank Hunter Kit. And to start us off, I got the trench binoculars. The lion's share of the design comprises of 1x1 tubes, but the real trick here is to set up the 1x1 angular bricks in a certain manner just to make the stud lens stand out. For the bottom compartment, only the broadside comes first after the bottom optics. That way not much of the 1x2 plate piece is shown from the very bottom. And the opposite goes for the top compartment, in which the flattened plate pieces are more visible. Any questions? Okay, moving on to the anti-tank grenades. So my design for these stick grenades are mostly 1x1 tubes, each with different colors to stand out for each position. The khaki tube stands out for the stick, and the green stick stands out for the explosive canisters. And what's fun about this design is that you can swap out how you'd place each piece, front or back, and will still remain its silhouette form. Moving on, for this next piece is the secondary for the Tank Hunter kit. Of course, it is the Sawn-off double-barrel shotgun. For those who have been around my channel long enough, I did do a standalone video on this particular form. It was 3 years ago, and I'm sure if you could check it out, then that's what this particular design is based off of. Except that this version is more refined and more tuned, not to mention that it is sawn off instead of a full stock. In which the full stock did consist of a 1x3 angle brick, the sawn off variant was replaced with a 1x1 brick with a 1x1 plate at the end. You'll also notice that I used two 1x2 angular bricks this time, and that the bottom guard was more refined with the addition of a 2x4 brick just to give it that greater depth. Overall, it's a reasonable close quarters weapon for an anti-tank specialist within the context of the Great War, or at least in the realm of video games, in which Battlefield 1. That aside, given the context of World War I at the time, submachine guns like the MP-18 weren't completely mainstream until the war came too late for the Central Powers, and the concept of tanks were still young after the war, even with the iconic Mark IVs from Britain etching the German soldiers' minds who have lived to tell the tale. Which leads us now to the main event. This is the primary weapon for the Tank Hunter kit. It was somewhat innovative back then, and it leads up to the concept with a bare 50 cal. You know where I'm going with this. The Mauser T-Gewehr. That's right. What couldn't be a LEGO miniature gun and more appropriate for a functioning bolt action than this baby? Simply put, it was done using plate pieces on the side attached by two 1x1 quad knob bricks, in which they were also part and parcel in holding the base foundation of the overall weapon from the receiver, as well as the bolt handle for the weapon. Speaking of which, I used a 1x1 lamp holder piece hinged by a rod piece at one end and a stud at the other. So I made some makeshift rounds for this weapon just by using a golden stud and a connector peg. This is actually a cool idea, even though the rounds are fake and only probably harmful to the feet if you step on them. I felt like that I was actually using a miniaturized bolt action rifle. And that was the best part, than the fact that no one can actually get hurt. So with all of those tools out of the way, I did have a little amateur skit that features most of the gadgets. Enjoy!
Lock and load. Get in position and wait for my go. Reporting in. Enemy spotted. I'll take the point. Okay, let's go. Fire in the hole. Got it! Reporting in. Enemy down. Need backup. Negative. Hold this position. Affirmative.
Thus concludes the Tank Hunter kit from Battlefield 1. This is one that I've been wanting to make in a long time. I just didn't feel that the Tank Hunter Gewehr would be, how should I say this, alone as a standalone video? I don't know. I just want to give it some love. Want to make some commodities to go with it. It's fun. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And more than ever, if you have any more suggestions for future builds, then comment away. I'm more than happy to read through your comments and consider them for my future builds. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.